Some people are really fucking stupid. Did you ever notice that? How many really stupid people you run into during the day? God damn, there's a lot of stupid bastards walking around. Carry a little pad and pencil with you. You wind up with 30 or 40 names by the end of the day. Look at it this way. Think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that. And it doesn't take you very long to spot one of them, does it? Take you about 8 seconds. You'll be listening to some guy. You say, this guy is fucking stupid.
Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone. And peace to you sincere brothers out there, the true house of David, that's teaching this truth. And it's entirely glorifying the Lord's name. You last few warriors out there. And we have a lot of stupid motherfuckers out there, bro. We have a lot of people, man, that are simple. And the scriptures tell you what to look out for, what to see, what to do, and how to maintain your diligence and your sincerity in this truth. And we have a lot of men out there that are really, they're not of the Lord, but they're teaching the word. One major key to this truth is, and that's why the Lord said the flesh is not going to profit, but the true profit is going to come through the spirit. And what you have to understand, we have a lot of guys, they're not profiting through the spirit, but they're profiting through the flesh. That's what you guys got to understand about this truth. You have corrupt men that are good with their words, that are actually good with critiquing shit and sounding articulate, and they're going to profit through the flesh. They're going to have the numbers, they're going to have this, but the thing that they're going to lack is the spirit and the authority and the power. Because a lot of men, they can pick up this Bible and they can teach these things, but to actually have the power and the strength and the sincerity and the integrity, a lot of guys are lacking that. And I've seen these guys that the apostles was talking about, that they trying to butcher the mark of the beast. You don't have a lot of reprobates in these last days, man. And the mark of the beast is the RFID chip and the New World Order. This is all Satan's devices, man. If a lot of you guys can't fucking get that, then you know what, too? One thing, too, I want brothers to understand, too. You have a lot of guys that are CIA operatives. You have a lot of guys that are set up to bring division, to bring different doctrines, to bring discourse, to bring division in the camps, to sit up and bring another doctrine. Esau is good for paying off low-level scumbags to actually bring a false doctrine or to bring a certain agenda. And you have a lot of dumb motherfuckers out there that will set up and transgress for a piece of bread. That's what the scriptures say. A man would transgress for a piece of bread, meaning that you could pay. Esau probably don't even have to pay somebody, not even that much, to transgress and betray the Lord. Because a lot of guys, they don't have faith anyway, so they're looking for a way to betray the Lord anyway. But the spiritual side about this thing is that a lot of guys that's really not into this truth, that are actually picking up this Bible, the scriptures say you're going to be beaten with many stripes. That's what you guys don't understand. The end of you guys, that shit's going to be horrible for a lot of you guys. When the Lord cast out judgment, for a lot of you men that wasn't fucking sincere, and for a lot of you men that are teaching this truth, and you're trying to bring these false doctrines, and you trying to come against the elders, which Elder Tahar and the top elders, at Great Millstone, which I've been learning from for years. They have the doctrine. So in order, these guys coming with this mark of the beast thing where they have a problem with it. I see that Esau paid these guys off because these guys got like 8,000 subscribers. And you got to understand, man, the subscribers is a telltale sign, because Esau could set you up. He could give you subscribers. He can give you the money. He can give you this. And he can say, hey, man, I need you to teach this to bring a little division so, we can bring some commotion and stir brothers the wrong way. Because we're in the last few days of Esau's kingdom, man. And if you brothers can't really understand what this devil is doing, and if you can't understand that a lot of guys are set up and a lot of guys ain't fucking right, and we're dealing with a lot of we're dealing with psychopaths, like Bane said in Batman. We're dealing with psychopaths that actually think that they could slip one over with the Most High. So they think that the Lord don't see they as actually being wicked, doing these wicked ass things, bringing these ways and these doctrines of men. But this is part of the scriptures. The scriptures actually told us that men will be speaking lies and heresies, waxing worse and worse, doing these type of things that the Lord told us that it's actually prophecy. So these is, I don't have too much to say about what's going on. It's just that, brothers, you have to understand that Esau will set guys up to teach the doctrine in a certain way so they can stir guys in a fucked up manner so they can be destroyed. Now, this is 1 Timothy 4:1. It says, now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. And that's why you're supposed to take the low. You ain't supposed to be sitting up there on a high seat and being exalted, because that brings demons, man. That's why the Lord, he stayed away from that high seat shit, because that brings his seducing spirits. And then no longer you can actually judge correctly. Now, this just say Esau paid guys off to do the type of shit that they do. This just say that the Esau does that. Now, the people that they pay off, they don't have no integrity, and they're willing to sell out their brother, or they're willing to teach false doctrine just for $1. They'll sit up there for an hour or however long they do they sit downs to bring out a false doctrine, because they've been paid off to do that, to bring discourse. Remember, the scriptures say that a man that transgress for a piece of bread. Matter of fact, let me see, man. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Because what you got to understand about this truth, that a man will transgress for nothing, because men don't really believe in this. This is something that guys are actually using this truth to get clout, man, and just to make a name for themselves. But the spirituality and the Lord being with men, actually, they don't really believe in that part, because that's not something that they can get like up front and right away. So they teach this word with an ulterior motive, and they're willing to transgress this word for a piece of bread. Yep, here it go right here. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 21. To have a respect of persons is not good. Right, in the scriptures too. When you actually go into the scriptures tell you that it's not good to have a respect of persons. It's not good, man. So all this group shit, you have to really be able to discern who's in the spirit in the group. But then if you can, and you just bigging up guys because they're well known, and then you can't really discern if they're really in the spirit or if they're about the Lord, then you're fucked up. Then that's on you. That's on you. If you can't see if guys are really about the Lord, if they're in the spirit, then you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? Because like my man George Carlin said, you got a lot of dumb motherfuckers, bro, and they just gonna follow somebody just because this and that and this and this and this. You can't just follow somebody. You really have to fucking check guys' resumes, bro. And what we see is too, a lot of men on another note from these goddamn reprobates, with this mark of the beast shit, which we know that the mark of the beast is a chip. And we know that this is Satan's devices, and this is part of his new world order. But you really have to look into this thing, because guys can do a lot of sit downs too. You know what I'm saying? Because what we see is men will carnally do sit downs, and they will structure it around a part to where like they're probably doing like longer sit downs than you, and then more sit downs in the flesh carnally. But you gotta ask the question, like, are guys actually hitting points real effectively? See, me, because I notice what guys are doing, because a lot of guys, they're not really sincere. They're trying to like do more longer lessons and do more, you know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. To be effective, you don't have to have long ass lessons. You could just hit points, and you can like get your understanding out there without trying to be deceitful and have long time limits on your shit. Because that's what a lot of guys are doing. We're dealing in a time where a lot of men are very deceitful. And the key thing about this truth is being effective. See, a lot of guys, they could talk about this and this and this, but the thing is are you really being effective when you speaking these things? And then you see these guys talking about the mark of the beast, like the brothers say. A lot of guys like to circumvent and go around the fucking point and not really hit no fucking point. Look, the point is Esau sets up guys, and a lot of guys are a piece of shit. And you really have to discern if the Spirit of the Lord is actually dealing with guys, because men will transgress for a piece of fucking bread. Proverbs 28:21. To have a respect of persons is not good. For a piece of bread, that man will transgress. Do you understand that? So we have men that will transgress in these last days for a piece of fucking bread. And Esau will set their ass up. Even inside this truth too. Even with certain particular men sitting on these high seats. That's why the Lord said take the low. Because these guys on these high seats, their only thing is to keep these high seats. It's not really to be sincere. And men talk about purging the rebels out, and which you don't understand is you could be a fucking rebel yourself. You could be a rebel yourself and not teaching this truth and the strength and the power because you're holding back. Because a lot of you fucking guys, you want to be looked up as something. When the thing is, the Lord said, bless those that's not offended in me. Because a lot of guys, they're actually offended in Yahweh Shai. They're offended in the doctrine. They're offended in these ways that the Lord actually came. Because a lot of guys, they can't come like the Lord. Because their whole thing is looking a certain way. When the Lord came, he didn't give a fuck about looking a certain way. The whole mission was about teaching the truth. So you have to understand that. A lot of men are not coming in the spirit of the Lord. They're not sincere. They have an angle they're coming on. And so these fucking reprobates talking about the mark of the beast on another note, these guys are reprobates, and Esau set their ass up. They got 8,000 viewers. Esau probably paid their ass to do that. And Jake is so simple. He will take the money and then he'll try to actually act like he's deep and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what our people do. But these are the times where motherfuckers are so stupid. And then what's crazy about it is too, you have actually men that's actually sincere that the Lord's dealing with, that can actually see all this shit that dudes are doing. And they don't even consider it, man. They don't consider it. So we're living in a very fucked up time where motherfuckers are dumb as hell. 1 Timothy chapter 4. I'm going to start at 1 again. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. So the devil, Esau, Edom, he could come to you and seduce your ass and make you teach some bullshit which is not of the scriptures, and how you out here doing things that's not unlikely, giving you over to a reprobate mind. So we're in that time. We're definitely in that time. Yeah, I just wanted to say a couple things on that. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to say a couple things on that. Because we're in these times, definitely. 1 Timothy 4:2, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. You see that? So many men are going to give heed to seducing spirits in these days. And you have to understand that. You have to understand that Esau can pay men off, and Esau, and Esau don't have to even pay guys off. Guys can just be in a reprobate mind. But one thing I want you guys to understand, that you actually have certain men that's on a planet that's actually in the spirit, and we can see all the shit that's going on. And a lot of these things are to lead a lot of men to confusion so they could be destroyed in these last days. It is heavy that way. A man will transgress for a piece of bread. But with that, man, that's all. I just wanted to really go over that. And you have to really see this thing. This thing is deep. The difference between Yahushua and the wicked scribes and the Pharisees is that Yahushua, he was sincere. The wicked scribes and the Pharisees, they were only doing it to keep themselves looking as they were something. But in the Lord's eyes, they were actually nothing. And that's what you got to understand. That's what's going on today. Certain men teach this truth just for envy and strife. And certain men teach this truth out of the sincerity of their heart. And a lot of men, they have angles they're coming in on. They're not sincere. To be sincere teaching his word, that is a big difference between the Westerner man that's teaching this word, because a lot of guys, they're not sincere teaching this word. Either they're getting paid off to teach this word, or either guys are just bugged out and they don't have it. So you got to understand this, man, before I go. I'm going to leave it on this. You actually have men that's actually in the Holy Spirit of the Heavenly Father that can actually see and truly discern what's going on in these times. And they can see guys that's bullshitting. And you have other guys that's faking it out there. Either they paid off, or either they just some goddamn reprobate guys that picked up a Bible. But you actually have true men of the Lord out there that can actually see, man. And that's what a lot of you guys actually underestimate. Everybody's not under that docile thing where you could just get over and just tell guys some sweet shit and they just believe it. No, the Lord is actually dealing with men on a high level. And it's not men out there that put themselves up on a pedestal that the Lord is always dealing with, you see. That's why the Lord say take the low seats. But with that, man, I just had a few things on my mind. Let me get out of here, man. Lord willing, that was edifying. With that, Shalom.